Today marks the third day a judge is hearing arguments over an oil pipeline in Mobile. The hearing will decide if Plains South Cap will be granted permission to pursue the pipeline through Mobile's water supply. Plains wants to condemn a piece of land in order to continue the pipeline. Local 15's Madupe Idowu is live from Government Plaza. Madupe, Plains just finished calling all their witnesses to the stand.
They did. After 3 days of testimony, they finally wrapped up. So we'll hear from MAWSS experts tomorrow. But once again, it was the same thing. Plains trying to discredit the information that MAWSS uses to justify rerouting that pipeline. And Plains actually claims that KBR, or that the KBR report was manipulated by MAWSS and by their assistant director, Mr. Les Brown. Now, Plains continues to stress that they already have an oil pipeline in the watershed, and they claim MAWSS assumed risk when that pipeline was built in the 50s. And they can go ahead and do the same thing here. Plains brought to the stand their own experts who they believe conducted correct or more accurate studies, experts like Heidi Tillquist, who works for Stantec. Now, she suggests that the likelihood of a spill 4 barrels or less would happen once every 1,100 years. And she even says just a spill in general is highly unlikely. Plains pressed Assistant Director of MAWSS, Les Brown, as I stated before, and asked him, if a spill or even a weather incident stopped services for MAWSS, what would their response be? And MAWSS fired back, stating that an oil spill isn't their responsibility, but says there is an alternate source, which is Mobile River. This is new, we're learning, but it's a source that they tell us would require a waiver from the government to even use it.
If MAWSS ever needed to shut down their lake, there is an alternate source. And I think that's important. As a person who lives in Mobile and drinks drinking water, I'm reassured to know there is a backup. Now,
if there's an oil pipeline rupture that gets into Big Creek Lake, the first thing that occurs is MAWSS contacts the Coast Guard. Federal agencies then become immediately involved, and they control the response, very similar to what happened with the BP incident in the Gulf.
Now, it's really a battle of the experts and their studies, if you will, both sides discrediting the information that both are giving. And like I said, Plains finally wrapped up having their final witness testify. So tomorrow we'll hear from MAWSS and Dr. Andrew Welton, who conducted his own study to show how long it would take for oil to get into Hamilton Creek and ultimately Big Creek Lake. So we'll hear from that tomorrow. Reporting live downtown, I'm Madupe Idowu, Local 15 News.